And thanks everybody for joining me today. You guys make this room fun. So this is kind of how I see my current charts here. I actually have EPA volume applied to this thing too. I didn't even realize it. Alright, so it looks like it's put in a little bit of consolidation here at the level. Let's see what goes down from here. I just came back from getting the girls the iPad, and it's kind of a pleasant surprise right there.
See if we can make a double bottom on the OGH. Came right into that 15-minute zone.
Let's see if it double bottoms or not. Now I have 10 ticks locked in, so I'm gonna call that good. And always remember, this room is for training only. Look at that, John. Is that pretty? Well, for some reason my NQ's not working today, but with the way things are going right now, I don't think I'll need the NQ today. Alright, let's see if I can focus this a little bit. You know, uh, if there was a long position here to take, just to read of support resistance, like, I'm sure there's a little 150 tick zone right here, you know? But, looking down here, like, because this is where this, like, little 2-bar engulf pattern happened, you almost wanted to double dip here just so that you're not buying right into resistance, if that makes sense. Hopefully that consolidation helps us to identify that area. So you really want to make sure this bottom sticks, but I really would like to kind of see it break and go a little bit lower. And you'll also notice with the new zone logic that a lot of my zones that I'm displaying, the zones are going to be much wider in general. So this zone is that big. And this zone that's purple up above us is, it's pretty good size too, you know. It's bigger than what the other candles are. It's, so that's how big that candle is, but it goes all the way down to kind of this area of consolidation just below it. So okay, there's a 1 bar engulf right there for another long play. And the other thing to note is that here's a pretty good sized wick on this, touching this blue bar, or touching this blue zone, but you're buying it right into resistance. This one you're not buying it right into resistance, but it's a failure to break the low. So, if that's the case, then I have no problem drawing like a little trend line here too, just to see what happens on this trend line. Because if price breaks below that, then might be a trend follow type of short play. And we're going down apparently. This is a yellow zone, so I think you'd blow right through it. Another cool feature of the new zone logic is it only shows you the most recent or the active zone. So that's kind of nice. That was a big old bar. So 94.36 is the top of the 15-minute demand zone, and it's really, really big. Don't ask me why it's that big, but it's just that big. Holy cow. This thing was started on 6/27 of this year. Gonna lock in a little bit more. It's 6:30 right now. That means InQ should... InQ's just not working today. I don't know why I'm not getting market data for that. Oh, I see a chat. What do we have here? Oh, these little red and green things, these are double bar and single bar engulfing candles. So, basically it's stuff that I'm doing for Apizones 4. I'm trying to watch it more so, and as soon as we get a double bar or single bar engulf, it plots a deal appropriately. So that's the software firing off there. So, but it also helps me a little bit in confirming some of my zone plays as well. But they're just double bar and single bar stuff, and right now I'm still experimenting with it, so I'm watching it on my charts right now, because I'm still trying to make sure that I got the logic right. It actually also has a ranking system with it as well. So, like this green signal here, I know that this thing's firing off wrong, because that green signal right there that just fired, that should not actually be this dark green color yet. So I'm still got some bugs to fix out of it. It should be this lighter green color, and it's still apparently in play, so I'll just let it be for now. Maybe I can delete it. Yeah, okay, there it is. And technically speaking, this shouldn't have been in play either. Both of those should have been light green, so even though they are technically double bar or single bar engulfs, according to the definition, just want to make sure that that we know it and take the appropriate precautions. Or if you're thinking that that's a really good level to play, it's just kind of like a little heads up thing. I would like to see this low reverse here. So new low, break the low, retest to the low, and then continue on down. Our trend line didn't hold either from that one. And I'm curious if I can't draw a little trend line right here too. I'm looking at, so this is a new low, green candle, red candle. So red candle means technically a retest of the low. Obviously it wasn't a very good retest, so I draw my trend line basically to that red candle, but this green candle's, right there too. So I'm going to draw a trend line there and see if there isn't a little red signal and maybe the continuation to the downside. This is something that I'm looking at right now. So we had one candle close below it. This is the second candle close below this trend line. Obviously there's no 2-bar engulf because this was a little doji. I'm really interested to see what happens at 36. It's a level that I'm going to be watching now. I'm also looking at this area to hold a little bit of resistance too. I think this one's stronger than this one up here, but we'll see. don't know what this is, but it's kind of an interesting intersection there of those two trend lines. I wonder if there's a fib there too. It's close to a 50. That 38 is right where that zone is right there. I don't know what it is, but when I draw fibs and I see like from this point down to this point, that's a 50% retracement right here on this line. When I see that as 50%, I just think to myself, wait, what? Like, that doesn't seem right. How can that be 50%, you know? Because it feels like there's a whole lot more up here than there is down here. And I don't know why that is, but I'm sure it's true. It's weird. Anybody else doing anything?
Yeah, I got long on that last pump down.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. But I had, I messed up and I got long. I lost 10 ticks on it. And I got long at like .68 on that first. And, thinking back at it, it was a silly thing to do because even though for me it was a strong signal and you had good zone confluence, the context was bad just by the fact that you hadn't really seen any buying pressure in the current, in that microchannel to the downside, and it's always best to wait for the second one. So
it was pretty bold considering it just broke through its previous lows and whatnot,
Yep. So that was a bad trade, but when it dipped below, it was within a time window. It was actually below the RTH 60-minute. It had come into that, and then it had just touched the 15-minute RTH, and then I had that nice 150 tick zone, which I think ended up being the exact same as your new 1 minute calculation zone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm long at 94.60 and took T1, but not full 10 ticks because it was getting in that little congestion area.
Mm-hmm.
I thought at least I'll get something off in case it stalls there, and then move my stop to break even. So I'm in a riskless trade, up about 8-10 ticks.
Good. And if it stops you out?
If it stops me out, I have a profit because I already took T1 and I moved my stop to break even because.
Okay, gotcha.
Too many, a little nervous on the unknowns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I feel like it's still on the downtrend right now. Breaking above this is, breaking above some of these levels right in here. Yeah. But
that's why I moved my stop up right away. So I've guaranteed a profit. If it goes against me, I walk out with a profit. If it keeps going, great.
Absolutely. And technically speaking, we just got a trend following short right here as well. So that's the like the double bar engulfed to the downside, but we'll see what happens. It's not leaving with any type of momentum, that's for sure. There goes the zone. And I feel like I'm playing from this zone, like, see how it just like kissed it? Like, I feel like we need to go check out 94.36 over here as well, just to play the full 15-minute range. Just, I feel like that's my context right now. Alright, so I feel like it's resuming its downtrend. I would say that I draw a little counter trend line to the downside right here, because that way if it breaks it, I have an idea of what it's doing. Oh, I just had a little 2-bar engulf, or actually that was a single bar engulf. My logic is still off on that thing. So, welcome to development. What is this line? It's trying 2, 3. Now the reason why I drew this trend line here is because I feel like if it breaks that trend line to the upside, then we have something new coming. And I finally feel like I can draw a trend line from this point down to this point here. So this is the potential retest of that entry if that's if it really just stalls out here and goes back down and makes a new low. Hopefully you can kind of feel what I'm talking about there. Alright, so I'm still thinking short, but it's kind of in a chop area right now. Alright. I just got back here. And it looks like I'm bumped out of my trade. Jose, that's good about you staying out of trouble. So, glad to hear. Alright, so it looks like we're also at the time of day. So, John, are you still in your long?
Yep.
Good deal. Glad you're making some money.
Yeah. Even a little back at least.
And, let's see. Who else got into the long position? Was it Craig? Or was
Yeah, I got in at .56.
Nice. 56, huh? Cool. And then, I think Bruce got into a long, if I'm not mistaken.
I did, but I got out of it
Oh.
because it was failing. I was concerned that it was trending back down, so I just closed it out for the profit.
Right. Gotcha. So we're at the top of the hour, technically. I'm a little curious as to what type of retracement's going to go on here. Or, reversal.
Yeah, it's in a tricky spot. Let's see how deep this retest is.
Making some little notes to myself about my little signal candle indicator that does my single and double bar engulfing patterns. It's still not right.
Let's see if we can get. Oh, we did. At least on 1 minute. A tweezer bottom with some really nice fine pressure.
And there's the little Apifor signaling off there.
See, I'm trying to decide what I want to do with my T2, which was I came 1 tick from getting to 30 ticks, but I feel like if it's going to hold this and break out to the upside, that I should almost, I mean, I know there's the pivot there, but I feel like it's going to create, you're going to see the spike after this channel, after this upward channel. So, I mean, I almost want to go for a couple ticks above 95.
I
don't know, you know, even my dad just said it in the background, don't get too greedy, Joe. I have profit locked in. I got 10 ticks locked in right now.
Well, what are our rules? Hey, first we play the scout, next we play the range, and then we let the third one run, right?
Mm-hmm.
But where's your range? Your problem right now is you. If you got, where did you get in again?
54.
54. So technically, I would say the range was right up there at like 70. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
probably should have taken it there, but I haven't. So the context has changed a little bit now. But I do see what you're saying. That is something that I need to work on my T2s. Because yeah, you're right.
You wanna. Technically, I'd be happy with like 20 ticks, you know, and then let her go, you know. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that whatsoever. Alright. There's 10 ticks for me. Now I need to play my range. So I'm going to play 05 and 100 ticks to the upside. So we'll see how that works. Now, as I look to play the range, so to speak, I'm looking at this big consolidation period right up here. I'm trying to follow the trend, so see where this little wick is down there? And doji is like, the open and close of that doji are all right there. That's really where I want to be putting something, so like right at 01. And the reason being is I'm reading that whole consolidation period up there. So far today I've had 2 pretty decent trades. Got like 10 ticks. 20 on my second. And then I got stopped out on my third.
Gabriel?
Hmm. Yeah.
What do those dots mean again when they pop up?
The most recent bar was 2 times bigger than the preceding bar.
Okay. Thanks.
At least. So it's a momentum thing for us, or it will be.
Okay.
So I'm thinking in grand scheme of things, like when you have a real big bar that's like 2 times bigger than the preceding bar, that like, and we have a zone bounce, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry about that. So when we have a zone bounce, like we have a zone bounce, and then like this bar is 2 times bigger than the preceding bar. What that tells me is that we really have something special going on there, you know, and we have follow through, you know. So that's what that means to me. And I'm also looking for zone creation and then a bar that's 2 times that big. Alright, I just got T2 off.
Because it doesn't happen every time there's a bar. There's a bar that seems to look, anyways, 2 times bigger. But it does happen in interesting areas. So that's kind of, I didn't know if there was some other logic in there.
Nope, it's just 2 times, greater than 2 times the preceding bar.
Okay, thank you.
Now let's see if I can get T3. I think I'm going to close things down here probably pretty soon today, just because I need to do some other things. But I've already had 2 good trades, and I'm not going to push a third.
Do the master game. Oh.
So, what was that, John?
Says you're the master.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I got out way late of my long, or out of my short, compared to
You hit the
to
T1 and
guys.
T2 on it, though. Yeah.
That's true. I did.
You didn't lose on it.
Mm-mm.
On the third one.
Mm-mm.
You didn't take the mullet long play like I did.
No, I didn't do that either.
That was dumb.
But it's okay. It was just one small bad read on your part, I think, because you beat that
still,
low, and
yeah,
new low. And
I'm learning. I know better. I won't do it next time. I mean,
sure
you just gotta
Right.
put context above anything in a spot like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what, I mean, I would say microchannels happen the most in broad ranges.
Mm-hmm.
And then, after those happen a couple times, then you get, like, stair-stepping action, to the top of the range and the bottom of the range. And that's where you, really need to look for clues on the buying and selling pressure to see whether it's likely to break to the upside or to the downside, which way it's going to break down.
Mm-hmm. And this, like, coming into 7 o'clock, that was a huge play right there.
Yeah.
7 o'clock was really big, because that was the turning of the tides. And I wasn't sure if it was going to hold there or not, but boom.
Yeah, no. I mean, that would have been great. And see, the great thing about that play, like, even though I hit my T1 on the second long that I took that I'm still currently in right away, there was still, like, didn't have enough information. Like, it was nice to see the bull spike extend all the way to .70, but like you said, that easily could have been, just the top of a new range that could be going on before, pumping a little bit deeper into the extremes of the demand part of the range. But yeah, then it started making higher highs and higher lows and channels, and where you got in, I mean, it's a clear trend following. Did you have a level there, or it was just more like
I was just playing support
dead
versus
zone.
resistance. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an upward channel. The way that it kind of moves to the downside, it's like, just on your 1 minute, lots of them are wicky.
Mhm.
The bare bodies aren't really solid, and you do have, evidence of some strong bull spikes going down, really existing buying pressure.
And then
What are we?
I got the
you go
engulf
ahead.
right. I got the engulf with that little
Yeah.
green bar,
Nice.
and then it was just, I waited just a little bit for that retest of that level, and off we go, hit in market, and away we go. I do a lot of markets these days.
I'm doing markets almost all the time.
Yeah. I'll wait a little bit, but it's still just a slam,
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like our conversation with Cash yesterday.
Yeah.
It's why get distraught over quote unquote chasing price, or having it not fill you by one tick or something like that.
Yeah. And if you get like filled within, the spike, then that's fine. And it gets you a couple ticks later than you should. And then, immediately, like let's say it gets the engulf, you go market, you end up like getting 2 to 3 ticks above where that signal is, and then, initially it starts coming down a little. I like to do it where it gets the engulf, maybe I see it move up 2 ticks, and as soon as it moves down, 1 to 3 ticks, I hit the market.
Mm-hmm. Something else that I think I feel like I'm feeling this now, and maybe you guys can feel it too. But like, let's say we have this new high here that's formed. Like my trend follow to the short side failed, right? And we have a new high, and then remember that the next green candles, look for a new high, and then another green candle to retest that high. And then you draw the trend line right thereabouts, and as soon as you do that, when this thing printed right here, on this bar, you could feel it, because that trend line was really close to where those candle tops were forming and things of that nature, and knowing where this previous zone was, you could feel it, So, scalp, play the range, and off we go. Actually, let's look at the dead zones. I wonder if, yeah, my dead zone is slightly bigger. So that was really pretty. Huh. Now that's interesting. Look at that. I really like this new zone logic. Wow. That's sexy.
Pierces it. Yeah.
That's sexy. Sexy beast right there.
Yeah, that's a great type of breakout, trend follow to the downside type of play.
Talk about the flip-flop zone. Good grief.
So what is the bar, the green bar going across, or the line?
Those are the okay. So remember the single bar and double bar engulfing patterns that I've been talking about for, feels like, well, you've been, what has it been, almost a year now? So
No, not.
did you join in January or February? I forget. Anyway, so yeah, so it's just a double and single barn golf is all it is.
Oh,
So
okay.
so if we have a red candle that exceeds the green candle, the previous green candle, then it plots red or green. Now there's a little bit more logic in here. So the idea is that we're also going to have this thing basically plot momentum bars as well. Like you see these big blue candles. These are all APA volume candles, just showing me that there's high volume coming in. But the idea is that we put that into the equation as well. So if we get a zone creation, like we did at the very bottom, let me turn on all zones here, or a zone bounce down here, and then we get a momentum bar, which right now I don't have my momentum bars turned on. It actually changes the trend because now we're getting bigger green bars than we have red bars that are engulfing the previous bars by 2 times or more. And then we also have these signal things. So I also have a an equation that says every 3 green signals, like 1, 2, 3, it should be highlighting in this darker green color, whereas these 2 should be lighter green. This one should be the darker green right here. Okay, so every single time we get one of those, like, and I feel like this should be the real signal right there. Every time we get one of those, it basically confirms like the up move. And so on the downside, every 3, like you get 1 short signal, 2nd short signal, a 3rd short signal, and then you go down. Okay, so and then you have these red bars after that print just for trend following longs or shorts. In this case, shorts. But it's all part of APA Zones 4, and I'm still tweaking the code a lot. So it's definitely not done yet. But that's the signal part of 4. And then we have to take this other logic that I created with the zones of multiple time frame zones, putting them all into one another so that it won't take a long right into a smaller time frame resistance zone, and doing the counter trend and trend logic. So it's a process and a half. So and that's in the APA strategy side of things. So in the strategies we have this this other logic with the zones. So it's quite the deal. It's quite the deal. But anyway, I'm basically just taking my trade plan and putting it into a strat, you know?
Well, great. I look forward to trying it out.
Yeah, it may take a while though. Alright, so we made it just a tick higher than this previous dead zone here. I'm up a little over 40 ticks. Those 2 candles are getting pretty wicky. Let's see what happens here.
Yes, Martin.
Okay, so we just got a little short signal, which my logic is off. Actually, let me reload my my chart here. So it's still plotted like that. Interesting. Hey Dave, are you there? Or should I say Sensei, are you there?
He stepped away.
Oh. Tell your dad when he comes back that if he wants to do some testing, he's more than welcome to. I assume you guys are just chatting back and forth, huh?
Yeah, he stepped away for a quick break. I'll let him know.
I just sent him the file, by the way.
Okay.
It's very cool that you and your dad can share this together. It's very nice.
Yeah, it is nice. Gives that little father-daughter bonding.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to go ahead and lock in at 76. Reason being is I see where this high is, and I see that there's this little this little area right here, right? So actually I shouldn't say little, it's kind of big, but I feel like those are two support areas that price will have to beat through. So if I lock in at 76, also if I turn on my dead zones, I should see. Well, I guess I won't be locking at 76 because it could go all the way down to like 75. So I'll lock in at 74. I don't think it's going to come down here, but you know what? It doesn't matter what I think. These past 3 candles are getting kind of wicky here, so I don't see anything. I just got 2 little long engulfing bars. Let's draw this trend line again here. So I would say if this candle fails to break this low, there's definitely something to the long side. But this is just new support forming. Does look like that's the case here, so let's see what happens. We need a green bar to confirm it though. So red bar down and then green bar to confirm that this is going to stay the low. Not on that bar. And that's a
I just
no-go.
got T2 on oil.
You took it short. Very nice. Very nice. Failure to break the high, wiki on the upside, and short, huh?
Exactly.
Oh, that's good stuff right there. How much was that, just out of curiosity? Did you get in at what, 10, 11, something like
I'm in
that?
at 12.
Oh, very nice. Very cool. That was a good T2 as well, because that little consolidation may be an interesting spot.
Yeah, that's why I made sure it was sitting in there at the top of it.
Look at all those signals firing off there. It's mayhem, if you will. It's not clean at all. You know, it's funny how this works, Bruce, but I can be on one side and you can be on one side and we can both win. That was actually a really nice reversal trade, by the way. Bottom of the hour, retested the high.
Thanks.
It's a lot prettier than mine. I'm getting ready. Oh. I feel like because it didn't break that zone with a lot of force, we may be still stuck in the range, you know. Okay, so let's see what happens here. It did just like gap a tick. That's kind of interesting.
Maybe there's a fill the gap trade there.
Oh, there we go.
There's a new signal for you.
The one tick gap trade. Oh. Maybe I can be the one that fills the gap, you know, unlike the millisecond level. Oh, yeah. Feel that puppy. Yeah. Got my one tick.
Yay!
Oh, and then you look at the commissions. Dope.
I just got T1 on a short NQ trade.
My NQ is not working today. It just doesn't want to work. I don't know why, but it doesn't want to work.
You know, on CL, I still have my stop back at my break even. I don't know where else I would put it along the way, or what. I mean, any thoughts?
You could lock in underneath or above 04, like 04, 05.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Well, here's the thing. Let's just read support resistance, because that's all I'm going to tell you to do. All right? Just read the chart. The chart tells you what you need to do. You know? So if you got in up here at 12, look at where that previous low was at 05. Okay? You could lock in a couple ticks, you know, maybe down at 08, because that's where the base of this green bar is down here, you know, and like that would be, you're locked in, you know, no matter what, you're locked in, but yet if it does come back on you, you know, like, hey, it's your runner, so no big deal, but at the same time, you're locked into a profitable trade, so now you can go off and, you know, have a steak dinner or whatever you want to go do now, play golf, and you don't have to worry about it. If you lock in down here, because this is now a resistance, as far as I'm concerned, there's going to be some resistance right there. If you lock in down there, or just above this, this is your first sign of any type of resistance in my book, you know. So I would say those are your two choices, but those are both pretty conservative, you know.
Okay.
This is a little bit more liberal because you're locking in, you know, however many ticks that is. So we are getting some long single and double bar and golfs right at this this area that we were looking at here. Which is right there. I'm not sure how much I really like this after this point, to be honest with you. If it breaks below this, technically I realize that this, just kind of like what I was explaining up here at the top, it's the inverse, support and resistance to the inverse side, which can be very strong, you know. But realize that this could also just be a range play for a while, you know. This could take us all the way into lunch, because we didn't really break this high very well. You know, if we look at our 15-minute chart, like, we're still in this range. You know? Now that's interesting. Look at that. Look at that. What do we have right in between? Like, it made this move from boom, ba-boom, real quick. And then it found support right back down here. Alright? So, since we know that these two zones are the range of what we're playing, let's just say down to there where that previous low is. If I know that that's the range, and I get a new zone in the middle, like this 15-minute new demand zone down here, usually that means that the other side, so this would be supply in this side, would break. So I really want to hold on to this position now and see if I can't take it to the upside. That's interesting. Does that make sense? Like a zone forming in between a range usually means that the zone of the other type will break. Okay, we're coming to 8 o'clock now. You can see our bars are turning, or the background's turning a different color. It did exceed this low, which has me a little concerned. But like I just stated, like, this may be a longer term trend to the upside. Maybe, maybe not, you know?
On the 240 and the daily, it looks like it's going long, but in the 15-minute, it looks like it wants to go down to dot 29.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, I don't really care. I want to give my, well, so much for that idea. I like to give my runner every opportunity to run, but it just wasn't in the cards today. So, good job, Bruce. You are the winner. Congratulations. I've been stumped out.
Yeah, I got T1 and T2 on NQ. I got T1 on ES. T1 and 2 on CL, all short. Two trades going. I'm feeling pretty good.
You're the man.
And he's made his target for the week.
No kidding.
He doesn't have to trade the rest of the week. Woohoo!
What was it? Like, I remember a few months ago, like, when John first went live a few months ago, he like on Tuesday he had made his target for the week, you know? And he was like stoked.
Go, John.
He was up like 8K or something, and he was like, woohoo, I'm taking off for the rest of the week. And I was like, okay, John, see you next week. I was like, here you go, dude. Good times. All right. Well, I'm officially done, and it's been fun. So so that's my day. Those two. And now I need to work with the signal stuff some more. So I'm going to leave the room open, and you guys can talk, or we can talk some more. But I'm going to be focusing more on my other screens here as I'm programming and reloading charts and things of that nature.
So are you going to do your swing trades or today or not?
No, I looked at them yesterday with John. We were looking at some stuff, but I don't know. I haven't been as active in the swing trade thing, but still doing it. Let me do this real quick. Hmm. Are you close to 100 tickets yet? Maybe? I don't know. No, you're not close. Well, if you take it all the way down to that blue line right there, Bruce, to 94.31, that's 80 ticks in Globex low. I would like to see you get 100. Hey Bruce, just out of curiosity, what all went into your short play? Okay, so apparently Appetime takes up a lot of processing, so I need to revamp Appetime. Hey, Bruce, you want to share your chart with us?
Yeah, sure. In fact, I just closed out my CL. I'm done. My chart's a mess here. Give me just a minute. I gotta take care of something. Right back.
No worries. Just so you guys know, what all this stuff is doing is measuring long trades from like the double and single bar and golf type of deal. So um, you get one green signal right here, then you get the second one. It says L long count 2. That was long count 1 technically. Over again, it just didn't print because I didn't enable it to. And then here's the third long print. So that should be a trend follow long, actually, which is really cool.
Can't see your screen.
Oh, you can't, huh? That would be an issue. So it just keeps track of how many times these long or short signals have printed, and as soon as it gets to long count of 3, like it did right up here, and again, I just don't have that enabled. It should say long count 3 down here, and away we go. And as soon as long count 3 hits, as soon as long count 3 hits, then my short count goes down to 0. Okay, so here's short count. It does do a double bar in golf, so short count equals 1, long count equals 4, short count equals 2. So if we got another third short down here, then something would happen, like it would print another red signal, but instead we got long, 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 and away it goes. So it's really a trend follow type of setup, but the power that comes from it, this is just half the equation, are these signal generations. So, but the real power of this thing comes from looking at it in context. So, like when we get this top forming that Bruce apparently took short,
I also took it short.
It can be really, really powerful, long or short entry from a new demand, or excuse me, from a new supply zone or resistance zone or 15-minute zone, looking at it in that context. I think the actual 15-minute zone was at 15, so the low is at 15 to 40 is where I have mine at. So that's actually where the real 15-minute zone is. So as long as I'm not selling into smaller time frame demand or a smaller time frame support, this is a completely valid signal, because it's pulling it off of a bigger time frame as well as a newly created zone. And as long as I'm not selling into support on a smaller time frame, it should allow me to go ahead and push it, So that's the idea, and having a nice fresh bounce off of that makes it really cool too. So we'll see how it continues to go along, but I like how it can give us that quick entry, kind of like that, but it needs the rest of the zone context, and because there's multiple time frames built into what I'm building right now, it's the fractal. It's got to see the fractal form, and then it's the entry signal, coming off of that. Whereas all these signals are now like, they're basically a trend following system in and of themselves, but you need to be aware of the fractal zone count, in order for it to really make sense in context. So, and then it looks like finally after we got 3 signals short, 1, 2, 3, S short count equals 3. We actually started just to see the red prints coming out here. Boom, 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 boom. For trend following shorts, But it did take quite a while. I mean, look at how much you gave up before you got that first one. That was 27 ticks. So that means you gotta take your target like down there or something, Or well, I shouldn't say you have to, but that's just where the previous high was. Technically, I think like just above this little area, 8 ticks right there is fine, So But so that means the 10 tick first target is in line here. Let's see if you got it right there. Not quite. But anyway, so I still have a whole nother context piece to figure out all the bugs with, before this thing is really powerful. But it's getting there. At least the signals feel like they're plotting in generally the right area. Except for the short signal. So Bruce, are you back yet?
Hey, Gabe, I sent you a screencast in your Skype thing.
Cool. Hold on one sec. Yeah, Michelle, I'm not sure on that one. Technically, it came from, just so that you have an idea, it comes from that small wick bar. That's just that's the second green bar on your chart. Just after that signal, or after that line, and it should be at the high of the red bar.
No, I know why the first green bar happened. It's the other green bar down at the bottom.
Yeah, like
I don't get that one. By the Globex low.
yeah. And here, let me see if I can. Oh.
And then I don't understand why we didn't get a red signal to continue the trend off that red engulfing bar.
Okay, so right there.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
And I think it's from this red bar right here. Let me use my little drawing tool. Right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would that cause a long signal?
As soon as this red bar is engulfed by this green bar right here, let me change my highlighter.
Oh, okay.
So as soon as this green bar surpasses this, it should print it at the open of this bar of 2 bars ago, or actually 3 bars ago. I'll check it, but that's what's supposed to happen.
Okay. I was just kind of pointing it out because
It's 1, 2, 3 bars. Draw a line. 3 bars.
It actually did right after that.
Hmm. Looks right. But apparently it's not. Let me make sure I didn't change something. You're on YM, what is it? YM
Yeah, right now.
377 tick, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that worked real well. Oh, there we go.
Oh my.
377T. Actually, let me do the data series way, just so that.
Yeah, you've
Now,
got
what
different
is that?
bars.
Hmm.
You have different candle formations. Mine's on default 24/7.
Hmm. Okay, there we go. That looks better. So there was a long. The count was, what was the count? I don't know what the count was, but it wasn't that strong yet. Alright, where did this long generate from? Long value. Oh no, that's not a long value. That's okay. And then, so that was the low. And then we had this one form. So this one technically shouldn't count. This one should, and that one should. So that's your long positions down here. Holy cow. Short count was 3. 77. That looks a little funny. Hmm. So I would say that, and maybe I changed the logic just a little bit already, since I shot it over to you. But this one I think should count, and that one should count, because we're failing to break the low on each one of those, you know. And then we get the expansion.
No,
up
you
to
must
the
have changed the
upside.
logic because
Yeah.
in the time that we've been talking, I've already gotten 2 short signals. One is at the top of that little red shooting star, for a lack of better things
Oh,
to
yeah?
say. Yeah, so it came, no, on the other side of the body.
Oh.
Up, right there. So I got one right there, and then one where yours is.
Yeah. I probably did change. You probably have a this pale color up there, huh?
No, it's a solid
No.
red.
Solid red.
No, it's not bad for a stop area on both of these, because as you see, that long kind of turned and went up for a while before it hit that. But I found it kind of interesting where it chose to put that line on both of those. Nice drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a nice drop there, huh?
That was a very nice drop. Not surprised it came either.
But it bottomed out there. Looks like it made a new high, but I only have 1 day of data, you know?
Yeah, no, it did for that day. What you see is a good thing. So you've got it beat the current high by 1 tick and couldn't stay above it. So boom, you go short.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the reason Bruce got short. Or at least, no, he didn't get short in YM. He got short in ES and NQ. NQ probably did the same thing.
Yeah. I like it to look like that, though. I think that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Because that gives you a better feel of...
Although I have to say, my zone isn't there. That orange zone you have right there is not that big for me. It didn't make the orange zone. It didn't make the orange zone until the one it beat. This second set of the green and the red to go down, and then it came back and retested it with the doji. That's where mine made the zone. And then it made one right on top of it from that red spinning top. And I have
what
the
do you
new
have your
logic.
string set to?
Just three.
This is how my 3 lines up.
This is your 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's not the same.
And then here's my 5. Makes the zone that big.
Okay.
And 4 is probably somewhere in the middle. Yep. Somewhere in the middle.
That's interesting. Our 3s are different, but hey.
Yeah, on the tick chart, no idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, our candles are the same right now. Oh, you know what? That blue zone started from before. That's why. So my zone that your zone incorporates, the one just above that, your orange zone, is from a prior day.
Oh, yeah, I'm not looking at that much data.
That's why. If we hadn't, it's from a day back in November 7th. So if you'd had that same data, same day, you'd probably have the same setup.
Yeah. Let me go load it real quick. Oh. Yeah, I have 5 days now, and it definitely drew it different.
Yeah, see?
Holy cow. That's pretty cool. Do, 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 do. I actually really like where that drew that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Because it just like rattled on that zone line like so many times.
Mhm. Bruce posted his CL short in the Apple room.
Oh yeah?
Hmm.
Bruce, are you around?
I did. I just got back, and I just put a screencast up of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there were a number of things that were in my mind were confluence when it happened. It was in a supply zone. We were running up against the overnight. It was outside the 15-minute Bollinger Bands. I had already made one attempt and failed. Then we got the wick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just like, in my mind, there were just so many things saying this is just getting tired and about ready to go. So.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got T1 on my ES and then stopped out. And on my NQ, I got T1 and 2, and I'm still running.
Did I give you... that's an interesting screenshot there. Huh. I need to give you the updated logic, Bruce.
Okay.
But, yeah. So that's awesome, dude. I'm glad that you're able to take that puppy down.
Thanks.
Downtown, as they would say. So, are these the zones that you do have, Michelle, right now?
Yes, different colors, but same zone.
Okay.
It would appear. No, they're not. No, they're not.
Okay.
That brown zone, actually for me wasn't created until that current doji candle up there at the top.
Oh, really?
Or actually okay, wait a second.
I have my zone set to 5, just FYI, because
Oh, that's
I'm on
why.
a 377 tick. I mean, I'm
Well,
like...
mine's at 3, so that's why they don't match.
Oh, yeah, let me see where that goes then. 3. Oh,
Yes, that's my zone.
okay. Which one do you like better? Let's go look. I like it on 5, because before all these were like bounces off of that top zone.
Interesting. I set it to 4, and I don't get anything. I set it to 5.
Or 4's a lot like 5 to me.
Well, my 5 does not match yours exactly, but it's it matches it pretty well enough. It's just mine hasn't really Yes, it matches. I forgot. My colors are different.
And if we do the little show current, should be just like that.
Yeah, you know what I think about that.
Well, I know it takes a long time to load, but I'll work on that.
Only if you refresh the chart or load it back up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Correct.
I also noticed that Appetime takes a long time to load. Oh, that wasn't that long. Wonder why it took so long before.
Did you check your Globex logic?
Not yet. Why?
Okay. Remember we talked about that it was being kind of slow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me.
They're just, something on the list. That's all.
I'll put it on my programming deal to do here. So you feel like that's. Let's remove. And then, of course, this is all based upon how fast your computer is and all that good stuff. Wow. Huh. That was slow for you?
No, that wasn't slow. I don't know. Maybe it got fixed in this rendering. Maybe it was interfering with something else on the APA zones.
Oh wait, don't you have that like R charts or something like that?
Yeah.
R
This
value
had
charts?
nothing to do with it though.
Oh, that's pretty fast.
Yeah. Maybe it got fixed with this last rendition because maybe it was a conflict between the zone and then the Globex.
Maybe.
So you could have already fixed it.
Let me do Appetime on here too. Damn, that's pretty fast.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Did you take either one of these short, just out of curiosity?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I took that top one right there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
That's my setup.
That's your setup right there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a nice setup.
That's my setup.
Probably would have been long out of here.
I wanted so badly to take that long, but I didn't get my setup. I so badly wanted to take that long.
Something like that.
It was perfect.
And,
It did take a while to, even though it doesn't look like it on there, it actually did take a time, it took a while to get there.
but that's Globex high, so it would have been hard to reverse, but maybe. Let's see if
Oh,
I
wait,
can.
that's in the middle of the night.
So it's 6 o'clock in the morning.
Because I haven't reached Globex high yet.
Oh.
No, he hasn't reached Globex high. But he
Yeah,
was pointing-
YM has not reached Globex high.
Well, it's I see the zone.
Oh,
Globex
I
High is
see.
at
Yeah.
52, right? Or 53?
53. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, but that's
253.
the zone.
Yeah, it's
That's.
the zone for the Globex. Yeah.
hmm Um. Oh, and then I was gonna push this signal candle thing because there should be a green line right there. Yep.
I have a one of those faded green lines.
hmm
I never got a solid green line off that. Um, and unfortunately, the engulfing candle, until that you went to that big green long candle, was a red one. So I was like, ah. You had to play it actually off a setup that happened at 5:19 this morning.
hmm
Um, and kind of hope for the best.
But you're inside that demand zone down there.
Mm-hmm. I just, unfortunately, I got that red engulfing candle before the green one, and the green took off, and it was too late.
hmm
Because we were kind of in a downward,
Right.
the start of a downward by then. Although it was consolidating, it was still kind of. So I didn't get that one.
It's kind of an interesting deal there, to be honest with you. Because you have all that consolidation during the Globex. Or no, that was yesterday. My bad.
Yeah, that was yesterday. Yesterday was a mess. I'm glad I didn't get up to trade.
That was a mess.
I'm glad I took the day off and slipped in.
And you got basically one trade at the open.
If you traded the range, you were fine.
hmm Well, if you took that little signal that plotted there,
Mm-hmm.
and then took it 10, 30, Globex high, you're okay.
What time did that one happen? At the open?
Yeah, 10:34, actually 10:35.
Oh, late in
Or
the
I'm
day.
sorry, 6:35.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know why I was saying 10:30. 6:35.
No, that's a good signal open. That's a good open.
Man, that thing ranged hard for the rest of the day after 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's... What is that little signal there? Entry bar short. And it drew it at the...
Michelle, do you like your R value chart? Is that better than the V reader?
No, that's the same. The difference between them is the V reader has a line across at 0. It's the exact same one.
Oh, okay.
It's just that they created the V reader to have the line at 0.
So there's a line down here.
Yeah. So you can tell if you're,
It is
above the median or below the median.
in terms of fair value.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's actually been signaling pretty well today on Screwed.
Oh, good.
It is, you have to use it in context, of course, but
Yeah. It just kind of, for me, it helps with turns.
Hmm.
It's Gabe. It's basically a divergence type indicator, and then when you're above or below value.
Hmm.
But I can show you on my charts, Gabe, is when you saw the last the second big short.
Yeah.
Not is on the 1 minute, the Renko and the 377. It's kind of screaming. So you can here's the 1 minute, here's the Renko, and here's the 377. It's screaming that it's overbought, and then I took it at .13 short.
Hmm.
Because look at the divergence on that thing. It's in the same price point area, but the divergence down on the V reader's huge.
Yeah, it's so you're seeing like 7 or 8 of these. I mean, it depends on which time frame you're looking at, but it varies. And then it got up to, trying to push into this supply zone, but couldn't. So it was a failure to break the high, combined with the Globex high, and
the 15-minute zone.
And the 15-minute is it couldn't break into that, and that all indicated to me that it was, the context was to take it short.
So, Craig, where did you go short?
At .13.
So 1 tick above you.
I know. Beat me.
Bruce is jealous, Craig.
So let's see. Where's my... So I took it... let's see.
Right there.
Right there.
Nice.
Very nice, yeah.
That's cool. That was very cool. And then once
as you can see that down here, it was where the John's long, which I also took, it was screaming that it was oversold.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't look like it was going to go to the Globex low, and so
right.
I took it up, and then I took it short.
Based on your 1 minute candle patterns?
Well, based on all I look at the 1 minute, the Renko and a 6 Renko and 377.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at all 3 because it doesn't always, the R value doesn't always signal the same.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It is depending on the what time frame you're on. Mm-hmm. So I want to look at 3 of them. So I have 3 charts going plus the 15 minutes, so 4 going all at one time.
Craig, excuse my ignorance, but what is the connection between the Renko hybrid and the V reader? Are they directly related, or are they just...
No, the Renko is just another form of, instead of using ticks, it's a bar. I mean, Gabe can, but it's more condensed and it's sometimes easier to read.
So what's the V reader? How's that measuring overbought, oversold? How's that?
You'd have to talk to a friend of mine. I'm not allowed to say who.
Top secret?
No. It's all up to Gabe.
You have to shoot me?
What?
No, it's all up to Gabe. I just don't his zones are amazing. It just helps me with the zone.
Yes, it's taking everything in context.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't take that as a signal without looking at the context of the zones and the context of the 15-minute.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to look at everything in context.
So
it's more of an RSI or stochastics or something like that. It's just a standard deviation reader that's a little bit less lag than all the other ones.
Right. It's actually more of a regression channel. So if you know what Bollinger Bands, like you see Bollinger Bands on Craig's screen there.
Right. Yeah, I use those.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have Bollinger Bands. I have these are.
Oh, that's a moving average. Oh, I'm sorry.
This is the.
Those are Ichimoku's.
These are 15-minute. that's a 15-minute moving average, and that's a no, excuse me, that's the 5-minute moving average, and that's the 15 moving average.
Oh, cool.
Huh.
And on that chart,
And then what is the gray? I thought the gray line might have been a Bollinger Band, but that looks like another moving average.
you mean where?
The
It's real
light
faint.
gray moving average.
Oh, I think that's
Maybe it's
no,
real
that
fast.
I don't pay any attention to that. I think
So you probably should delete it. Huh?
Top secret.
It just connects the bars. I could just. I think I probably should take it off. It's an
Looks like an
SMA.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, just I don't
You don't use it at all. Oh, that's cool.
use it at all. I should take it off.
So, but anyway, just think of to understand the R reader and the like the R value charts, whatever that indicator is. Like, think of it more like a regression channel, more so than like Bollinger Bands. So it is different, and it's nice in that standpoint. And I think that's why Michelle and Craig like it and stuff like that, is because it's more of a regression channel type of deal. So you're looking at the extremes of the regression channel, which is cool, you know. So I'll give you that for sure.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
And if you do the divergence with the price versus like where it is down here, it kind of gives you a heads up that there's the possibility of the turn coming on.
Right.
When it gets into this thing where it starts steeping itself, or even later when you see that it's above or below where price is, and you've got some kind of a divergence kind of thing going on. It helps you with that, or it helps me with that.
I'm looking for that indicator and I don't see it. Anybody know what it's called or have that zip file?
Which one?
For your R value charts. I know it's off
I-
Big Mike's.
I have it.
You have it in zip format to give him?
No, it's just a .cs file. That's all I have. I don't know that it's in zip format, to be perfectly honest. It's kind of been passed down from generation to generation.
Here, let me do it for you then. Oh wait, you don't have NinjaTrader, do you?
Right. I'm on a trade station.
Still using the dark side.
Yeah, you'll have to go on and see if somebody's created an ELD for it. It's quite possible. And trade station is pretty popular. For some strange
Not around here, it's
unknown
not.
reason. That's what I said, for some strange unknown reason.
All right, so we'll go look this thing up on Big Mike, see if it's there.
Does Big Mike have trade station stuff?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay. That's a great website. Definitely worth the $50.
It's 100 now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wow, I got in cheap.
Yep. Me too.
After all, it's a lifetime membership.
I know,
Can't
right?
go wrong. Can't go wrong.
All right, so there's the deal. I don't know that they have it for TradeStation. That stinks. Congress in session indicator. That'll help you stay on the top. Oh my. Holy cow, they just paste their code on there? That's kind of lame. Sorry. I browsed all the trade station indicators and it's not there. I don't know even. I don't know who made our value. I would say I'd convert it for you, but I have a lot of other stuff I need to do.
I know you do. Don't worry about it all. When I grow up, I'll just get Ninja.
There you go.
You're still in little boy shorts.
We'll forgive you. Well, here, let me check under Elite Members. Maybe it's under the Elite Member thing. No. Oh, that's lame. Hold on a second, guys.
So Michelle, you and you're helping your dad trade, or?
Did I miss anything?
You're helping your
Anybody
dad
make $1 million
trade?
bucks yet? Huh? No,
What?
Dad left. No, I
Oh.
said I'm back. Did I miss anything?
No, I asked you a question. So your dad's trading with you, or you're helping your dad trade, or?
Oh, my dad started trading before I did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Right now he's winterizing the trailer. He does it as a retirement pastime, though.
So where's he going to take the trailer?
Oh, they just came back from Wickenburg. They went to some bluegrass festival.
Where's Wickenburg?
I think
never
it's
heard
in Arizona. Because he lives in Arizona now. Bruce, I'll ask my dad if he found an ELD for TradeStation on that V-Reader, because I know he uses TradeStation more than Ninja. And if he did, I'll pass it along to you.
Oh, that'd be great. So I'm not completely the odd man out.
No, but
Isn't
it's
John
my dad,
still?
and he's odd.
Does John? I think he actually for trading still use TradeStation, or maybe he switched over.
He uses Ninja from all I've seen.
Okay, but I thought he had two systems running at one time.
Oh, I
Maybe
don't
a
know.
while ago, where he was, looking at the charts on Ninja, but he was actually trading on TradeStation.
I don't know. He's Bruce. He's offline right now, but I just sent out a message. So whenever he comes back online, if you can look for it, it might not be till tomorrow, but I'll let you know what he says.
Thank you.
You can see, I mean, it signaled for the open here, the short, and then the long here, and then the short again. This was a false signal. I mean, you would have gotten a T1.
Honestly, you wouldn't have taken that until you had
I
the
mean,
recheck.
because I mean, in the context is you would have waited to.
You could have taken it off that thing if you'd had something else behind it, some other apozone behind it. But the best one was the second test, although it didn't really turn into much either.
Well, this was, I mean, here, and then what I also saw was that this was like a double top.
Yeah, that was perfect.
And not quite a perfect double top, but close enough. And so, I mean, that was the other thing in context was the double top that I saw.
Mm-hmm.
But the V-reader just kind of is, you know, it's an indicator that gives you a heads up of what, as you said, is where the turn might be happening. But then you have to put everything in context. What I also find is running multiple charts is like this zone here is not shown on a Renko. And they're both for 30 days.
You should put your 15-minute chart back up against all that too. See, you have a 15-minute zone right there.
Yeah, but on the Renko chart, it's not showing for whatever reason.
It's probably below. It's probably lower. Right there. See. They just have different areas where they pull their zones from, right?
I guess so, but I mean, that's why I find using different charts sometimes, running them, looking at several charts is helpful to see what's actually going on, because you may not get you can pick up different. I mean, you can see things sometimes happening faster on one chart than another, or getting confirmation. What about a 377? Let's see. So you can see, like here on this 1 minute chart here, is why you saw. I mean, the Renko doesn't show you that this is the zone here is much closer to where you want to go or enter, and then you have an engulfing bull bar, an inside red bar, and then it goes up. So it's the Renko. I mean, you wouldn't see that on a Renko chart. So, Michelle?
Yeah.
Oh, can I turn you? I need
What's
to
up?
go. Can I turn you into the see, I think I'm.
I'm here again. Sorry, I had to take care of a
No.
quick support thing.
Okay.
I'll take back control.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks for sharing. I appreciate that, Craig.
Well, thank you. Oh, I had a question for you. Are you still? I saw you had a couple seminars or one or two. webinars with Miras. Have you switched over to them, or are you still with AMP?
I'm still with AMP, but Miras does a lot of good education stuff, and I really appreciate that. So that's kind of why I'm doing stuff with them, you know.
Yeah,
Just
their customer service is much better,
Yeah, it is. It is.
and their sales is much stronger.
Right. So I really appreciate that about them. And I also found out that I can download a little iPhone app, and I can have complete control over my trades from my iPhone, which is really, really interesting if you ask me. And instead of having to call up to the trade desk in case I get into something, which it seems like it happens about once a year, you know, where I lose control of a trade or something like that. And so instead of calling up to the trade desk, you know, it just goes on. You can like log into your little app and you have access to it through your phone. So I was actually like pleasantly surprised by that type of functionality, because that's really nice. You know, you don't even have to worry about getting in line for a queue. You know, just click, and, you know, maybe put in a password and you're good. So you can watch it yourself. So that's really nice. I really appreciate that.
When you're away, when you need to be away from your screen.
Right.
Yeah, that's what is the very popular Forex program, MT4. I think you can get that on an MT4 platform.
Interesting.
I mean, I've seen that where you can get mobile apps for MT4.
Yeah. So, needless to say, I think that's really, really cool. And I like that idea quite a bit, to be honest with you.
So is that an app just for them, or is that is an app that...
That's just for them.
So in I mean, that seems to be a kind of something NinjaTrader should be offering.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ninja's not the broker, so...
They're not the broker, yeah. Yep, you're right, Michelle.
Yeah, it's got to be offered by the broker, because they're the one that actually holds the trade.
Yeah, but they could write the program for the broker and then get a royalty for that.
And they might. You know, who knows who wrote Miras, but that doesn't mean all the brokers are going to take advantage of it. I got a question with regards to Miras. Do you know, do they hold their OCO orders on their servers, or is it still on yours?
It's on theirs, as long as you use something called BigTick. So, were you guys not at the presentation a couple weeks ago?
No.
Yeah, you guys are cotton pickers, you know that?
I signed in so that you had things, but I couldn't stay for it.
So she helped your Nielsen ratings.
I did.
Yeah,
I helped her.
there you go. There you go.
I did my part.
And you're complaining. She helps with your ratings, and you're complaining.
I did my part.
What's your problem, Gabe?
I don't know, man. I obviously don't know.
She's a good buddy.
I guess I'm being too demanding now. So I've gotten spoiled.
Listen to what's going on.
I've gotten spoiled, man. I've gotten spoiled. All right. So what day did we have them? I have the recording just for you guys.
I don't want to listen to it.
Well, call up the broker then.
Yeah, I will. That's fine. I can call them up. That's not a problem.
But I do have the little thing, and they explain all about it. And I thought that was just really cool. So I have just tons and tons of recordings that I need to switch over to YouTube. So.
Oh my goodness.
Every
Create
single
your own
day.
Channel?